Now, Butts, we're trying to get to the bottom of this tackling debate, right?
Yeah.
Brad Scott reckons that your blokes stuck their heads and shrugged their arms and whatever to draw free kicks, and even named Ashton Hands. And he thinks you may be trained that way. What say you?
I heard that he said we've been training. We don't train for it. I don't know how you're going to train for it. If you're going to go out there and train for head highs, you're going to get a few boys getting knocked out at training. So it's definitely something we don't train for. You know, those boys that have been named obviously going low for the ball, and if you get caught hitting your head, then you're going to get a free kick. I don't really know why. Especially a couple of coaches now, you know, bringing it up. I don't really understand it. It's a part of the game. It's a rule. So play the game.
To say it's not in the spirit of the game, do you think that's a bit far-fetched?
I think it is. Yeah, the spirit of the game is to go after the ball. Our boys obviously have their hands on the ball and going in low into contests and win a lot of contested balls. So obviously that's in the spirit of the game. The way the AFL is now, you protect the ball carrier, and that's what they're getting. That's what's happening.
So you got the Bombers this week.
Yep.
So you've come back into the team, suddenly thrust into a blockbuster in Melbourne. You must be looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to every game at the moment. It was a great game to play in on the weekend. It was a lot of fun. It'll be a good game this weekend. Bombers obviously looking pretty good. They've had a good few weeks now, and you know, they've had a good solid amount of contributors in their team as well. They've got a good even spread. So we feel like we have the same. So hopefully it's a good contest.
How tough's it been for you? I mean, over the years, the injuries have kept you out, but then you've been able to play a bit. And then at the start of the year, it wasn't injury that kept you out. It was form in the form of other players. Was that really tough for an experienced player like you to handle? Yeah,
it probably was a bit tough. I think it was, as you say, maybe the first time that I've been feeling fully fit and been left out the side. So, you know, it wasn't a shock at the time. I kind of saw it coming a little bit, but I suppose not a wake-up call, but I was able to go back to the waffle and try and take on all the coach's advice on how I can become a better player. Fortunately enough, obviously last week back into the side, and hopefully I can hold my spot.
What were you told to improve on? What were some of the main aspects of your game that you needed to improve on?
Well, at that stage, I'd only played that one full game in the NAB Cup Grand Final. The coach was just keen for me to really take the game on. Feel fit, feel strong. Sometimes when I have come back from injury, or if I've missed a few games before, I can go into my shell a little bit. Maybe just play a bit too defensive when I'm back and go back to basics. They just want to see me, run with the ball and as I say, take the game on, feel strong, and that's what I tried to do.
So in terms of your role for the rest of the year in the Eagles side, what have you been told that they want to see you progress in?
That's basically it. Yeah, I think they can see me hopefully become a bit more attacking. We've seen Will Schofield, Ash Smith, obviously Shannon Hearn do great jobs in that this year. They've really set our team up. I hope to emulate them somewhat.
When you said you saw it coming, missing out, was that because the coaches were telling you, or you saw that Smithy was playing all right, or what was it?
Oh yeah. Obviously, the form of the boys in pre-season was excellent. All through pre-season, I think the back line was shaping up to be one of the hardest places to get a game. And only playing that one game, obviously, I was looking to play well in that game and try and get a spot. So I didn't have the greatest game, didn't have a terrible game, but it is what it is. Obviously, the coaches, I don't blame anyone but myself to not get picked. I was in the best 22 at that stage, and obviously I endeavoured to get back in, and hopefully I can stay there.
Can you compare the midfields? Just they seem to be stepping up now. You know, Scott Selwood and Luke Shuey, etc. As to the old days. I know the question's always asked of you, but can you compare them? Are they getting up to that?
What's the old days? 06. Is that old days now? Is it? Yeah, all the way back then. It is a great feeling to have those boys in there at the moment. The same kind of feeling that I had back then. Whereas obviously on the weekend of the third quarter, although I felt like we were playing well the whole game, it was still quite a close game. But the confidence I had back then is the same confidence I have now. Is I know that they're going to step up when the time's right, and they very rarely get beaten for the whole day. And that's a great thing to have. You know, Scott Selwood, Shuey, Maston, their pressure around the ball, and now their ball winning ability as well. As I say, if teams get on top of them in the midfield, it's not for very long. They're very smart and they're very aggressive.
When Josh Hill's former, do you look at him and think, why did the Bulldogs let him go? Is he that good?
No, I just think the Bulldogs missed out. We stolen him off him, so he's looking very good. His hands were great on the weekend. He's a very smart player as well.